All right, safe. So here's another one. I was watching Alex Hormozy. Like I was watching his interview on Diary of a CEO, and there's this short excerpt that got clipped, and he talks about. I think he's talked about the. He's talked about this. Imangaji's talked about this. I guess just a lot of entrepreneurs in general have talked about this topic and this concept of skill stacking, and they talk about how if you're someone who is able to acquire a lot of skills, but obviously skills that are high leverage, there's a demand for them, and they aren't just random useless activities at the end of the day. But at the same time, you match it also with skills that inherently you also are your natural part, your curiosity, and you also enjoy pursuing. He talks about how skill stacking is an activity where over the years, all of the skills that you kind of gain that come together, you don't see a linear increase in your ability in terms of the value that you can provide for the world, but rather an exponential one. Because every single new skill that you learn and that you acquire actually has a compounding effect on yourself. And an example of this, again, I've just literally done a success story talk about Iman Gaji's story. So maybe let's use him as an example right now. So first things first, Iman started off with videography. Or rather I should say, he just started off going to the gym, meditating, reading a book a week. So he was just learning, I guess, how to manage your emotions, stoicism, how to show up consistently with the gym, like journaling as well, meditation, like understanding, I guess, your mental state and just having an introspective perspective upon life in general. And this is when he was like 13, 14, going onwards. So he was doing that for a while. And then he went on to get into videography and he was posting on YouTube. So again, just a normal kid vlogging his life. It's literally on YouTube from his uploads back in like 2013 or like around that kind of time period. And you can literally see this kid who just goes to the gym, works out, very introspective, and literally treated every YouTube upload like a journal in a sense, just sharing his thoughts and ideas to the world. And back then he was getting like maybe a couple hundred views, if even that much. So he had what? So obviously introspective, reading a lot, going to the gym, one skill in general, I guess that's more kind of prepping his mental state. And then he paired that with videography and then uploading content onto YouTube and then also making like social media posts at the time because he started growing Instagram accounts and flipping them. So he had that. And then from that period, he then got into digital marketing over the years, met a lot of other agency owners. I think he met someone called Bob Van Boel, who was like his mentor in a sense. And they kind of helped build a videography content agency, and then he then shifted into digital marketing. So once he got into digital marketing, that's when he, I guess, pretty much learned more about like Facebook ads, or just paid ads in general. That's another skill that he learned. And then from that, pretty much because he had this audience and he kind of understood what photography was, content creation, how to leverage a YouTube platform properly. He managed to build this huge audience of like-minded agency owners or just entrepreneurs in general who just wanted to learn a business model that they could also replicate. And here's this guy who's been documenting his life because he's learned the skills of videography, content creation, and he's just sharing his journey. And he was then able to really become, I guess, more in the, I guess, social media SMMA space, if you can call it that, at the time. Just one of the top people who stuck out, like such a big niche authority. And that was literally because he learned how to make content, how to make cool videos that were really inspiring. I guess how to speak on camera as well. He obviously over the years, he improved himself, was able to articulate himself well, able to have a storyline to his videos, so they're really engaging, really inspiring. And yeah, just learn how to build a marketing agency as well. So all of these skills, he didn't just go from like a level 1 to level 3. It was from like a level 1 to a level 99 or like 100, because all of these skills stacked together, once they all came together, they led to a huge exponential growth in his ability in terms of his impact, which led to him becoming a millionaire by the age of 18, I believe. And sure, there's other factors as well, such as the people he was around, getting mentored by people showing the ropes who were a couple steps ahead of him. But at the same time though, he probably met those people because of his personal brand that he was building and because he had all these other skills relative to other marketing agency owners who only knew how to run an agency and how to get results for their clients. But with the man, he knew that, but then he paired that with all these other skills as well. And again, that's why it's so interesting as well and so dope to hear Alex Hormozy talking about skill stacking and how important it is. So I don't really want to talk about myself in these videos. It's more just sharing these insights that I'm learning from successful people in general, from like the content that I'm watching and all of it. But it does make me think as well, like, what are the skills that I'm stacking or have been stacking in general? So that's definitely something which I also recommend maybe you for yourself to check out as well. And yeah, who knows where you can end up. But for me, the main point that I really want to just keep top of mind is the results you get from skill stacking isn't linear, isn't like linear. It's more like exponential. Like it goes up like crazy. So that's something which you should definitely keep in mind.